everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, and thank you for supporting me. I'm Cricut. So one of my subscribers asked me to do a video on how to create the chapstick labels for the chapsticks that go inside the chapstick purse. So in this video, I will be showing you how I created these chapstick labels in Cricut Design Space. Want to see how I do it? Come on, let's get started. For this project, I will be using online label sticker paper that I purchased from Amazon. I will also be using Belladonna's Peppermint Lip Balm chapsticks that I purchased from Amazon, and they come 50 in a pack. I will leave a link to both of these items in the description of this video. In addition, I will also be using my blue light grip cutting mat. For this tutorial, I will be showing you 2 ways to create a chapstick label. To begin the first version, I am going to add a square to the canvas. This square will act as a template. To add a square, I am going to select the shape tool on the left menu bar, and I am going to select the square. I'm going to select the square with the sharp edges and not the square with the round edges. So I'm going to select this square and I'm going to add it to the canvas. Okay, so to size the square, I'm going to select the square, and on the top menu, I am going to unlock the proportions, and I am going to then change my width to 1.87 and hit enter. And then I'm going to change my height to 2.12 and hit enter. After I have sized my template, now I can begin designing the label. For this label, I am going to be adding a decorative background. To add a decorative background, you can search Google or you can purchase it from anywhere that you would like and save it to your computer. I have chosen a leopard digital paper that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica. So I've selected and saved the background. So now I'm going to select the square. I'm going to move it over to the middle so we can kind of see a little bit. So I'm going to select the square, and under operation, I am going to change this to a print then cut. Then I'm going to select the color swatch, and I'm going to change the print type to pattern. Here you will find preloaded patterns, but you can load your own. To load your own patterns, you would go to Upload on the left menu bar, and then you would select Pattern Fill on the top. Then you would select Upload Pattern. You will browse, select Browse, and then you will browse to where your pattern is located. And so I'm going to locate and select this pattern, and then I'm going to select Open. The print and cut pattern is then uploaded to the computer, to Cricut Design Space, and then you're going to press Upload. Once uploaded, it will automatically go to the pattern images. Next, I am going to select Upload again on the left to get back to the canvas. Then I'm going to select the square, and then on the color swatch, I am going to change my print type to pattern, and then I am going to select my pattern. Now I've added the pattern to the template, but there are other features to explore called edit patterns. When I select edit patterns, I will see first the scale option, which this is to adjust how big or how small you want your pattern to be. And you can highlight and type it in, or you can use the up or down arrows, or you could use the slide bar to the right. Second, there is horizontal and vertical. This moves the pattern left or right, or up or down, to adjust the placement of the pattern within the shape. Third, there is rotation and there is flip. And rotate, you can rotate this on an angle, or you can flip it vertically or horizontal. For this tutorial, I will only be scaling the background to my liking. And so I'm going to change the scaling down to about 80%. And once I'm finished scaling, I'll hit the X on the top right. Now I'm going to finish designing by adding some text. But because the background is busy with the leopard print, I'm going to add another square to the canvas so that I can insert the text. So I'm going to go to the left menu bar, hit Shapes, and I'm going to add another square. I am going to change this square to white. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add an offset to the square. So I'm going to select the square, and I'm going to go to the top menu, and I'm going to select Offset. Now, the offset that's on the square currently, the preview, it's too large. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to change my offset to 0.080. I just want it to come down just a little bit. I'm going to put the sharp corner on the offset, and then I'm going to hit Apply. The default is black. So I'm going to change the color of the offset to pink. So I'm going to select the pink, and then that is the square that I'm going to insert my text in. So I've designed the square to insert my text. I'm going to select both the square and the offset, and I'm going to group them together so that they kind of move as one. And then I'm going to size it down to fit inside this square here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the proportions, and I am going to size it so that it fits right on top of here. And then I'm going to select everything, and I am going to align center because I want the text in the center of the label itself. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add some text. And to add text, I'm going to select the text option on the left menu bar, and I am going to type the text that I want on my label. And this is the text that I want on my label. It's not the font that I want. So to select the font that I want, I am going to select the text, and I am going to go to the font option on the top menu, and I am going to select System. In System, I am going to type the text Baby Child, because that is the text the font that I want to use. I downloaded my fonts from thefont.com. And then I'm going to select my canvas. And so I have my font here. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of spacing in between the word Michelle and baby shower. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to reduce the spacing in between Michelle and baby shower by going to the menu bar, and under line spacing, I am going to reduce the line spacing on this line, on this text, to a position that I kind of like. And it's going to be right about there. Let's go a little bit more. 6. That's good. So now I don't have as much spacing as I would before. So then I'm going to select the text, and then I want the text to go into the square, but I want it to go vertical. So what I'm going to do is making sure that my text is selected. I am going to rotate my text. And to rotate your text, make sure your text is selected, and then go to the top menu under rotate, and you want to rotate your text. I'm going to rotate my text to the left. So I'm going to rotate it to the left. You can also use the corners and rotate your text this way as well. So either way, you can rotate it this way, or you can rotate it here. So I've rotated my text, and I'm going to size it down, and I'm going to place it into my Chapstick template. And I'm just going to size it down so that it fits within my Chapstick label. And after I have positioned it, then I want to make sure that everything is centered. So I am going to select the entire design. I'm going to go to Align, and I'm going to Align Center. Once I'm finished designing, what I want to do is I'm going to select the entire design, and on the bottom right menu, I'm going to select Flatten. So you need to flatten this design so that Cricut knows not to cut all the elements of the design. Only the outer edge of the design will be cut. So for the second version, I am going to add another square to the canvas, and this time I am going to size this square to the width of 2.12 and the height of 1.87. And to do that, I'm going to unlock the proportions, change my width to 2.12, and change my height to 1.87. Enter. So changing the dimensions or the size of the measurements of your sticker label determines how your label will be designed. This is portrait and this is landscape. And so what I'm going to do is I am now going to design this label. For this label, I will not be using a decorative background. I'm going to add images and text with a color background. And so I am going to select the select the square, and I'm going to select the color swatch, and I am going to change this to a tan color. So I'm going to select the brown, I'm going to go to advanced, and I am going to then select a shade of tan that I can live with. So I think I like it there. Okay. And then I'm going to select my canvas to come out. To add an image for this label, I am going to go to Upload, Upload Image, Browse, and I am going to browse to where the image is located, and I'm going to select OK. Here, I'm going to select complex because I always do. And I'm going to select continue. There's nothing to do on this screen, so I'm going to hit apply and continue. Here, I'm going to select the print then cut image option, and then I'm going to select upload. Under recent uploads, I am going to select my image, and then I'm going to add to canvas. I am going to size the image down and add it to my template. So to begin designing this label, I am going to position the image where I want it, and I don't want the image, I want the image on this side, but I want the belly facing to the left. And so selecting my image, I am going to go to flip, and I'm going to select flip horizontal. And then I am going to size my label and position my image. Next, I will be adding some text. So I'm going to type out text. I'm going to I'm going to select the text option on the left menu bar, and I'm going to type the text that I want. So, and I'm going to do this in levels. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to select text again, and then I'm going to type this. Here. And let's finish this. Enter. And then I'm going to size this down here. And then I'm going to add some more text. And I'm going to type that. And I'm just going to move them out of the way because I want them to be different layers. And because I want them to be different layers, I am typing them out separately. Now, there are other ways that you can do this. This is the way that I am choosing to do it today. And then that's the last of the text. So now I am going to format the text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of my text, including this one, and I am just going to size it down so that I can see it all in one screen. So I can see it all in one screen. I'm sizing it and selecting it. And I'm going to move it up here so that we can see it all in one screen, and I can format it. Okay. So this is my text. I want this text here to be a different font. So I'm going to change this font to Hello, which is another font that I downloaded from thefont.com. And then I want this font to be a font called Poor Richard. Size that down. And also Poor Richard. Size that down. And Poor Richard for this one as well. And size that down. Now, I'm going to align everything to the left. So to align, I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to align left. I'm going to select this and this font here. And I'm going to align this to the left And this font, I'm going to align it to the left. And to align your font, you will select your font, go to the top to the menu bar under alignment, and then you would align left. Now, I have my words, my text ready. So now I'm just going to size it and position each layer where I want it to be. Now, so as you can see that I have in this layer, I have a lot of space between the lines, and this layer, I have a lot of space between the lines. And so I am just going to select the text and reduce the line spacing on this as well. Again, there is more than one way to skin a cat. I am just going to use this method to change the line spacing of this design. And again, I'm going to change the line spacing here as well. And I am going to type it in. I'm going to start at -5 and hit enter. And I might go down to -8 and enter. No, let's go back to 6. Okay, 6 looks pretty decent, but I'll try 5. Okay, 5 is good. So I like that. And then I'm just going to change the size of that font as well. And then I'm going to select it all again, and I am going to go to align and align left so that everything is to the left. Now I want to change the color, so I'm going to select Michelle, and I'm going to change that color to gold, and I'm going to select Balm, and I'm going to change that color to gold. And then that's pretty much how I want my design to be. And so I'm going to select everything, and then I am going to group it. That way, everything moves as one. Once I have the text formatted, I'm going to size it down and position it on the label where I want it to go. And once I have it positioned where I want it to go, I'm going to select the entire design, and on the bottom menu, select flatten. Okay, so I have the labels designed, and I'm ready to print then cut. I know that I'm going to be wasting paper, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I am only going to print these 2 labels and show you how to apply them to the actual chapstick. If you would like, you can duplicate the labels and make as many labels as you want that will fit your page. Make sure that if you're using Cricut, that your labels fit within the print then cut limitations. To print then cut, I am going to select make it in the upper right hand corner. And on this screen, there's nothing for us to do on this screen, but I'm going to move this over a little bit so that it's not so close. So here, I'm going to select continue, and then I'm going to select send to printer. On this screen, I am going to make sure to select the printer that I'm using, and today I will be using the HP OfficeJet 5255, and I'm going to leave my bleed on, and I'm going to turn on the system dialog. Then I'm going to select print. The system dialog box will open, and then I am going to make sure that my printer is selected. I'm going to select preferences. And on preferences, I'm going to change my paper type to HP matte presentation paper, which is the same as premium presentation matte. And then I am going to change my print quality to best. I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to select print. Once the labels have printed, I am going to select my material. Now I'm using sticker paper. For this tutorial, I am going to be creating kiss cut labels. This will allow me to easily peel the label from the paper. So to get this effect, I am going to select premium vinyl for my base material. I'm going to leave it on default pressure. And then I'm going to load my mat so that I can cut out the labels with my Cricut machine. So I will be using my blue light grip mat to place my sticker paper on. I'm going to place my sticker paper in the upper left-hand corner, aligning it with the square and the numbers. And I am going to place it the exact same way it is on my computer screen. So next, I'm going to load the Cricut mat so that the Cricut can cut the labels out. Now I'm going to load the mat into the Cricut machine. To load the mat into the Cricut machine, I'm going to press the flashing arrow. And then I am going to press the flashing C. The machine will read the registration box around the labels, and then that registration box will tell the Cricut machine where to cut the labels. The stickers are finished cutting, so I'm going to remove the mat from the stickers, flipping it over and just peeling the mat away from the sticker paper. This prevents the sticker paper from curling. To apply the stickers to your chapsticks, you want to align your chapsticks onto your labels onto your chapstick. You want to place your labels on the end of the chapstick barrel, not covering the twist mechanism, and you want it to align with the top of the chapstick barrel without covering the place where the barrel and the lid meet. And so you want to just position your label there. So I'm going to peel the label off of the sticker paper, and then I am going to align it. So I'm going to align it on here, and then I'm just going to, once I get it aligned, I'm going to push it down. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to then smooth it out all the way around until I get all the way around. And you want to go slow and smooth it out so that you don't get any bubbles under your label. So that's the first one. And then I'm going to apply the second one by doing the same thing. I'm going to align it onto the chapstick. I'm going to align it. And then I'm just going to smooth it out all the way around to make sure that I don't get any bubbles. And then I want this side, I'm gonna lift this side up a little bit because they kind of overlap. So I'm gonna lift this side up, lay that side down, and then let my text be on top of the image like that. Smoothing it out, just like that. And so now you have your chapstick labels. Alright guys, that's all for now. I hope that you were able to follow along with my process. If you like this video and would like to see more, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond back. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.